Howdy folks, Doc here with LastPass Tool, and Klein Tools makes quite a few different laser levels. Now what these do is project a laser or a cross of a laser. In fact, if you read this one here, this is the mini cross laser with plum. This also is a green laser, and it actually shoots out a pretty cool laser beam right there, and it's self-leveling. So if you give it a second, it'll actually work on its own and line up things just right, at least according to the Earth. But they have smaller ones like this one here. This one again, a nice green cross there. But they also make this little tiny one. This is in a red laser, but this is what they call the pocket laser level, or the 93 PTL. Real simple design, but it is, as you can see here, the pocket laser level, and it has the ability to use it as a plum. Now, it's a little bit different design than the others, and I want to get into that because one thing is you do the leveling, and as you can see here, I can make adjustments. You see that angle is changing as I turn that, so what I can do is level this myself. So the way this thing works, I could put it on a tripod or I could level it here. So as you can see on these levels, if this was just laying down there, what I can do is raise or lower this. Let me put it up on a tripod and get it a little closer to the camera so you can see. But what happens is I can just pull this out of my pocket and project a laser in the direction across the surface that I need. So what I have here is the ability, put it right here, to set it down, and then I can make adjustments according to, first make my gross adjustments, just kind of get in the ballpark there, and then in fact, I'm going to turn it on here so you can see that hopefully a little bit better. Let me kill a one light just so you can see these are actually illuminated, which is pretty slick. You see that? So then I can adjust these and turn this back and forth until it's level there. And then I can do the same on the top, if you could see that. So there it is leveled. And then what I've got here, let me do something else. I'm going to go ahead and take this one more level. I'm going to build a background here. How about with this? Here's some, look at that. And I'll use my little Ulsa green magnet here to hold it up. These are so helpful. So there it is. So anyway, what I can do is I can make adjustments. This one, as you can see, is vertical. This one, tilt it horizontally. That's all, but I can also make gross motions, especially if I've got it on a tripod, so I can zero it in pretty fast before I need to bring it up to the level that I need, and then, as you can see, I can dial that in across right there. Now, if I want to run it as a plum, this is just the XY, but there is also a Z right here. So if I wanted to dial it in for the plum side, what I can do is line it up just about right there. You can see the little ball. If I can get it close, and then zero that in. And then what I've got is a plumb line across the top. Let me pop it off the tripod so you can see what that looks like, because I can use the magnets here. So what I've got then is the ability to run a plumb line. I could run it horizontal like this, and that's where I would need to dial in, you know, the bubbles just how I want it. I can get them pretty close, back and forth, and then I've got a nice clean plumb line. All in a simple, fairly affordable, these sell brand new for about 44 bucks. I've seen them for a little bit less. Pocket version of a laser level. So it's a lot less than getting into some of the larger ones. Of course, fewer features, doesn't have the self-leveling, doesn't have the green, doesn't have the cross. You can see, isn't that pretty cool? I'll do a video on these. These are so wild to use. But if you're a DIYer and you aren't as interested in getting into, you know, the more expensive ones, or you want to be a little bit more flexible in how you use it, then maybe this Klein Tools Pocket version of a laser level with adjustable X, Y, and Z coordinates is more to your liking. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. And with that, Doc out.